everybody, it's Rue. Bonjour à tous, c'est Rue. Today I'd like to talk about some vocabulary about food, like grabbing a bite to eat or drink. Aujourd'hui, je vais apprendre du vocabulaire à propos de la nourriture, aller au café, comme ça. Okay, so I'm just going to be going over some super basic vocabulary words about this subject. So I have it written in my notebook here. So the first vocabulary word that I'd like to introduce is food, which is la nourriture. Food is la nourriture. So you can say, like, when I'm hungry, I eat food. Quand j'ai faim, hungry, je mange, eat de la nourriture. Okay. The second word that I'd like to introduce is if you're going out to eat. So to buy, like to buy something, is acheter. So acheter de la nourriture is buying some food. Okay. So another very basic word that you probably want to know is un restaurant. You can see here, un restaurant. It's spelled the same way. It's the same word as in English. It's un restaurant, just pronounced in French. Sometimes people just say un resto. It's shortened to un resto. And similarly, a cafe, c'est un café. Café. It's the same word as in French. Also in French, the word for coffee is also the same. So un café is like in English, a café. Et aussi un café is a coffee. So je voudrais un café is I'd like a coffee. Another word is store. Store in French is un magasin. Un magasin. Un magasin. So, like, I'm going to the store is je vais au magasin. Je vais au magasin. I'm going to the store. Okay, let's see here. Some more places. So a bakery is une boulangerie. Une boulangerie. That's kind of a fun word to say. Une boulangerie. Bakery. Une boulangerie. So a pastry shop, which is something more like sweets and cakes and stuff, you would say une pâtisserie. Une pâtisserie. Une pâtisserie. And also une pâtisserie is also just like a pastry. So it can be like a pastry shop, like je vais à la pâtisserie. But also, so like I'm going to a pâtisserie is je vais à la pâtisserie. Like I'm going to a pâtisserie, as in the store. As well as like if I'm eating a pastry, you can say like je mange une pâtisserie. Okay. And my personal favorite pâtisserie is a macaron in English. We say macaron, I think. Macaron. English is not actually my first language either. But in French, it's spelled the same. It's a French word, but it's pronounced macaron. That's what they look like. They're little, I don't know how to describe it. Like little puffs? Not really puffs. They're like have a kind of a hard shell. They're very difficult to make. I've never made one, but it's like very light sugary on the inside with some sort of like filling in between the two little shells. I'm probably doing a terrible job at describing what a macaron is, but if you ever get the chance, you should try it. So some stuff that you might find in a bakery. A lot of you are probably familiar with un croissant. In English, it's the same, a croissant. So un croissant. Have you guys seen like the meme of there's like a dog and the sound in the background is just like, today I ate un croissant. Yeah, that's un croissant. Another good French baked good is chocolate bread and pain au chocolat. Un pain au chocolat. So pain is bread, du pain is some bread. So chocolate bread is un pain au chocolat. Un pain au chocolat. And a lot of you are probably also familiar with baguettes. So that's another French word, the bread. Une baguette is the type of bread that's like in a long stick like this. And actually in French, une baguette, it's not just referring to the bread, it can also refer to like a stick or like a wand, something like that. Just something that's shaped, yeah, like une baguette, like a stick. Okay. Oh, so something that I really like to eat with some baguette is cheese. I think French people love their cheese as well. So cheese is du fromage. Fromage. So some cheese is du fromage. So you want to say like, would you like some cheese with your baguette? Like you might ask, tu voudrais du fromage avec le baguette? So fromage is cheese. Okay, something else that you could eat with baguette is jam. So jam is la confiture. La confiture. La confiture is jam. Okay. Ooh, some other French pastries is un profiterole. That's a hard one. Un profiterole. I don't think that there's an English word for it because it's a French pastry and it's like a little puff with cream on the inside and there's like some chocolate on the outside. And profiterole, not too sweet though, not too sweet, not like American sweets. Another very delicious French pastry is un millefeuille. Un millefeuille. So that double L makes that y sound almost like a Y in English. Un millefeuille. I'm probably doing a very bad job of pronouncing that, but mille is like 1,000 and feuille is like leaves or like sheets. So it's like a type of very light cake, but it's very specifically made where there's like many layers to the cake. It's like almost like a crepe type like dough, not like a really like dense, maybe it is dense, but it's almost like a crepe, and then there's like cream, and then there's crepe and cream, and there's like many layers of it, and it's delicious. I very much recommend that you guys try millefeuille cake if you haven't tried it before. Also, that's just a fun word to say, isn't it? Like millefeuille. I think that if I was like one of those Gen Z moms that named my kid like keyboard slam, like HVXX, I would name them like millefeuille. I wouldn't really do that though. I wouldn't do that to my kid. That would be awful to give them a name like that. Anyway, okay, so now talking about some drinks. Some popular French drinks is sparkling water. You can call it un vitel, un vitel. So if you want a sparkling water, Vitel is really like a brand, but generally how we say like Coke or something, like it's generally like if you want sparkling water and you say je voudrais un Vitel, je voudrais, I'd like un Vitel. Yeah, un Vitel, je voudrais un Vitel. That's like, I'd like some sparkling water. Yeah. Just regular water is l'eau, l'eau. To say some water, you say de l'eau. So, je voudrais de l'eau. I'd like some water. Je voudrais, I'd like de l'eau, some water. Orange juice is un jus d'orange. Un jus d'orange. Maybe it's pronounced un jus d'orange. I think maybe it might be pronounced un jus d'orange. Please leave it in the comments below. What is the correct pronunciation? I hope that French people will understand either way either way I say it. Un jus d'orange is orange juice. And if you want some lemonade, you can say je voudrais un citron pressé. Un citron, like citrus, pressé, pressed. Lemonade is un citron pressé. And actually, you would think it might be like limonade, but actually in French, if you say like limonade, it means more of like a Sprite, like a soda. So lemonade is un citron pressé, and like a Sprite is limonade. Okay, some last few words about drinks. Tea is un thé, so very similar to English, un thé. While we're on tea, the lore of my name, I think I might as well explain it. So oolong cha is a play on words of oolong cha, where cha is tea in Chinese and oolong is a type of tea. So that's it. I grew up drinking lots of tea, including oolong cha, which is one of my favorites. Anyway, okay, so of course we know French. They are very good with wine. They make excellent wines. So wine is du vin. Vin. Some wine means du vin. Similar to English. I know in France, I think regions around Bordeaux and of course Champagne are very famous for their wines. Yeah, I think like the sparkling white wine is called Brut if it's just like the sparkling white wine, but it's not specifically from the region of Champagne in France. Otherwise, it's just called Brut, which I find kind of funny. Finally, we have beer, so de la bière. Bière, very similar to la bière. And I believe that is all I have written for today. As always, please leave any comments, any feedback, any tips for learning French down below. And also, why don't you all put like your favorite French food or drink, or even if you don't know any French foods or drinks, just your favorite food or anything down in the comments. I would really appreciate that. Okay, thank you.